Welcome, students, to today's lesson. Before we begin with the lesson, I want you to do the warm-up for today, which is to tell me which is greater. I want you to pause the video when I say so, and just write these ones down. Less than or greater than signs you can use. Remember, greater than, less than, and just tell me which one is greater and less. Pause the video now. Okay, 12 is less than 34. It has 1 10 and 34 has 3 10s. 68 is less than 87. And 42 is greater than 41. 42 has the same number of 10s as 41, but one more in the ones place. So if I have a 4, a 7, and a 1, what is the biggest number that I can make with them, and why? 4, 7, and 1. 4, 7, and 1. I can make 147. I can make 471. I can make 714. What's the biggest number I can make? See if you can figure this out. Pause the video and take a moment to think. All right, so did you notice that the bigger numbers going in the front, or the higher place values, is what makes a number bigger? So if I put a 7 in the hundreds place, a 4 in the tens place, and a 1 over here in the ones place, that will give me the biggest number. So today we're going to think about how to find the largest number and put it first in a sequence of numbers. If we have more than one number, we're going to see how do we put the biggest ones first, the middle ones in the middle, and the smallest ones last. So our objective today is I can put more than two numbers in order. Success criteria: check the largest place value and use it to put your numbers in order. If the largest place value is the same, check the next largest, repeat as necessary. So I want to compare two-digit numbers. If the number of tens is different, can you tell which number is greater? The number of tens is the same. How can you tell which number is greater? So let's take a look here. All of these numbers have the number of tens the same. I'm going to try to put these in order. So for 27, 24, and 29, the tens place is all 2. So I need to look at the ones place. Which one has the largest one place? Well, that would be 29. 29. 27 as the next largest one. I'm going to write a comma so that I know that this is two different numbers. 27, and then 24. Cool. Let's try the next one. 35, 33, and 30. So again, the tens place is the same in each of those. So I'm going to look only at the ones place. That'll help me. And so I've got 35 has a 5 in the ones place, so I know it's bigger than 33. And I know 33 is bigger than 30. Go ahead and try the last two on your own. Pause the video here and try them, and then check them against my work. Okay, welcome back. So this was A, and this is B. And now let's do the ones that you did as an example here. C is 49, 48, 44. And D is 92, 91, 90. Again, remember, we're just looking at the largest place value, noticing that it's the same, and then checking the next largest place value. Okay, let's continue. So, on these problems, which digit should you look at first? The ones, the tens, or the hundreds? And why? We're going to look at the hundreds place first because that's what's going to tell us what number is biggest, easiest, right? If I have 827 and 127, that 800 is obviously bigger than the 100, right? 827 is way bigger than 127. Okay. So let's do one of these together, and then I want you to do two on your own. let's look at these first three. Well, my hundreds place is actually the same on all three of these, so that doesn't help me yet. Let's look at the tens place. I've got a 3, a 2, and a 9. What's the biggest out of those? Well, it's the 9. 198 is going to be bigger than the other two. Now I need to see 3 and 2. Okay, so the 3 is next biggest, 134. And then the smallest would be 127. Go ahead and try B and C on your own. Okay, welcome back. B, 357, right? It has the same tens and hundreds place as the other numbers, but the ones place is bigger. 354 and 350. C, this one's easy for me because it's got a different hundreds place. The 7 is the biggest hundreds place, 762, comma, 480 as the next biggest hundreds place, and comma, 376 is the smallest hundreds place. Okay, so that's how to put numbers in order. You look at the biggest place value to determine which one is the largest. If there are two numbers that have the same place value or the same value there, then you need to look at the next biggest and the next biggest until you're done. So, on your own, put these numbers in order. Pause the video and do that now, please. Okay, the first one is 71, comma, 51, comma, 41. Next is 99, 89, 69, 50, 30, 20, and 83, 53, 63. Okay, our goal here is to get so that we can put really big numbers in order. So here are some examples. The steps are the same. You just got to be careful that you choose the largest digit to compare first. So I have a lot of numbers in my first list. And they all have the same first digit. But there's a trick here. One of these first digits is not like the others. Can you tell me which of these numbers is much smaller than the other four? If you notice that this number over here has only 5 digits, then you noticed well, because this number is way smaller. 99,800 is way smaller than 980,001, 988,101. Okay, it's so much smaller. So this is going to be at the very end of my list. I'm going to go ahead and write that way down here right now. Okay, now I can check the largest place value, right? This is like obviously smaller. Let's check the largest place value and use it to put your numbers in order. Well, unfortunately, the largest place value is 9 for all of these, except for this one where it was the secret 0, right? So let's look at the next one. If the largest place value is the same, check the next largest. Well, let's take a look. 8, 8, 8, 8. Well, that's no help. Let's check the next largest. 0, 8. Oh, okay. 0, 0. Well, that means this is bigger because the rest of them have a 0 there. 988, 101, 988,101. Let's put a nice big comma between that and the next one here. Okay, so the 8 helped us with that. Now we need to look at the next largest because we're repeating as necessary. Okay, we have a 0, a 1 in the hundreds place, a 0 in the hundreds place, and a 1 in the hundreds place. So these two are going to be the next largest, but I can't tell which one's biggest yet, so let's keep looking. I have a 0 here, and a 0 here, a 1 here, and a 1. Oh, a 0 there, okay. Well, wait a second. That's not right. Okay, so that's not quite right, right? I got a little befuddled here, so let's back ourselves up. I'm going to compare two numbers. I'm done with this one, so I'm actually going to cross that one out to help me out here. I'm done with that one too. So now I've got 3 numbers left, and I'm checking the hundreds place. The hundreds place here is 1, and the other two have a 0 in the hundreds place. So 980,100 Okay, the last two, let's look at the tens place. There's a 1 there and a 0 here. So this one, 980,010, and then 980,001. Okay, let's do a little simpler version of that. Down here, I've got three numbers. They all have the same first place value, but do they all have the same largest place value? They don't. This one has 8 in the hundreds thousands place. This has 8 in the 10,000s place. And this has 8 only in the thousands place. If my number has 100 thousands, it's got 800,000, that's way bigger than a number that doesn't. And if I have a number that has 10 thousands, like 88,000, that's way bigger than a number that doesn't, like 8,000. All right. So if you ever end up with a list of numbers where the number of digits is different, you can tell the number with a smaller number of digits is going to be a lot smaller than its friends. Here is your exit ticket. Try these 3 problems. Write them on your whiteboard. If you don't have a whiteboard, write them on a piece of paper and take a picture. Come back to Zoom and share your picture with your teacher. You can show them the whiteboard, or you can come back to Zoom and show them your paper, or come back to Zoom and email. But don't forget to come back to Zoom to get feedback from your teacher, because you want to know if you're doing this right when it comes time to go do your independent practice. Okay, if you go to that independent practice first without coming to your teacher, then you're not going to know if you did it right. You're not going to know if you're practicing the skill wrong or right. So go back to your teacher and show them your exit ticket before you leave.